Right, no, it's 10 to 8. Have you ever had to go on an e-scooter?
Yes.
No. In an attempt to ease pressure on public transport during the pandemic, it's going to be legal to rent one and ride it on roads across Britain from this weekend.
They'll be limited to 15.5 miles an hour. And they're banned on pavements. I'm not sure what the half is all about. To ride one, you'll have to have a full or provisional car, motorcycle or moped licence.
But privately owned e-scooters will remain illegal on roads, so it's only rental ones that can be used. The Department for Transport says they could be up and running in Middlesbrough from early next week. And these people in the town have been telling us what they think.
The fact is, what would happen with them if they did go missing? Would they be tracked? Would they be traced? Anything like that? Obviously, for circumstances, what happens if people just destroy them for the sake of it? You've got to think about that, because obviously you don't know if Middlesbrough is going to be the best town for it to start off with.
As a street vendor myself, I see bikes coming down here wheeling, knocking people over, frightening people, even scooters jumping on the seats, doing stunts. And you can imagine an electric bike doing stunts. You don't have to pedal, so you're going to go faster. I just can't see it.
I like to ride a bike, so I would imagine I would have a go. Then again, as I say, due to health and safety, if that's okay. Obviously, you've just got to make sure everything's okay for them to use, because if adults use them, it's setting a good example to the children, isn't it?
Well, probably, around the town, drive a nice and easy, drive, so it should be quite all right for people.
We're joined now by Michael Quintana from Rideables.org, an organisation that promotes the safe use of e-scooters. Morning to you. We are hoping to speak from someone from Sustrans as well in a minute as well. Michael, to you. So just explain to me why it is that only one... I think, have we just lost him?
Oh, he's gone sideways. Oh, hello. It's like question sport.
No, that's better. Why it is only rental scooters will be allowed to be used on public roads?
Yeah, so as far as we're gathering and some conversations we've had, rental is the easiest way to gather data. So a lot of this trial is about fact-finding and data gathering, seeing how people are using these devices, seeing what trips are being made, and the frequency of these things. So with a more centralized setup, with the rental scheme, you have that more centralized setup, and that's primarily why. There's also some legal issues in terms of fast tracking this that the government had to go through and kind of were bound by. So by doing a rental scheme, they were able to fast track this in this kind of way and get this out as fast as they have.
And I'm sure many of our viewers have got questions about this morning. And the reason why it's rental, is it because of the limit on the speed? Because if you have your own one, then obviously you can go a little bit faster, and that speed limit is 50 miles an hour. Is that one of the reasons?
So that has factored in. We agree. We do want these safety protocols, and with the rental scheme, you can get that. The other issue too is that we just want to make sure that safety is a primary focus. The private ownership is definitely going to be a key factor to this puzzle and how we successfully get along with micromobility in the future. But the rental scheme is kind of the first tier of that.
We're just watching pictures of people riding these scooters in traffic, and that's where they're going to have to be. Is it safe?
It is definitely safe. It's inherently safe. There's always dangers, similar to when you're riding a push bike or driving a car. A lot of people get worried about micromobility, about e-scooters, thinking, oh, they're just going to go here, then go there. And yes, that's where enforcement will come in place, keeping them off of pavements, keeping them onto cycle lanes, basically anywhere a bike can go. But we also have to remember that a pedal bike or a push bike can actually go faster. An average rider can actually go faster than a scooter rider. So they're not as fast, I think, as some people are concerned.
Michael, what about helmets? Do you have to wear one? Is it sort of part of the scheme? How's that being factored in?
Yeah, so helmets currently are not mandatory. We are speaking and looking forward to having more conversations with James Patton at the DFT on things having to do with safety, especially with the rental scheme. That is one of the benefits of the personal use scheme, is that obviously most people will have their own helmet with them because they'll have their own device. But with this trial rollout, that is not currently mandatory, although very recommended.
And do these journeys replace walking, cycling, or is it being in a car, for example?
They do. And we have to remember, we're worried about safety and we're worried about how our scooters and bikes and things are going to integrate with road traffic. But something that's fantastic to think about is the more that people adopt micromobility, electric scooters, even, cycling, everything. But since we're talking about micromobility, the more that's adopted, the less road traffic there would be. So currently, yes, you'd want to blend in with road traffic, primarily use cycle lanes where they're available, but basically don't do anything that a bike wouldn't do.
Michael Quintana, good to speak to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.